welcome to Star Enlightenment channel. Um, Soon, I'm waiting for people to get up in here. So hold tight. I'll be right with you. Starting soon. Just to let you know, a little quick, about 30 seconds. So do want to get right this one. All right. I'm gonna start saying this at the beginning too, when I start my videos. If you watching, and you just if you watching this after the live, this is a live video. If you watching this after the live, you can fast forward to about the 2 minute mark, and I will get into it then. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hold you waiting. If you coming in after the live, you come in at fast forward to the 2 minute mark. I'm just giving people time to get in, but we're gonna start right this second now. So hold on, let me grab this. Get this book situated. Hold on. All right. Let me get close to the mic so you can hear me. So, welcome to Star Enlightenment channel, and we're here for another good video, another good live series. Check me out. This is gonna be a good run-in from my previous live I just did earlier today, about an hour or so ago, when I talked about what is God, because this ties right into the ancestor concept too. Shout out to YGRP. I appreciate you so much. Hopefully you stay for a little bit for this good information. Um, so this is a good rundown from the last video, um, when I was talking about ancestors and how they play out. And I wasn't trying to offend anybody that's into any type of religion, whether you Islam, whether you in Christianity, whether you in the Judaism, Jewish, any religion, Hindu, whatever. But I just want to let people know. Shout out to Anna. Hey, Anna, how you doing? Hopefully y'all stay for this enlightened video, because I'm not even going to be long. But hear me out, right? So when we talk about ancestors, you have to understand that this is a good rundown what I said earlier when I talked about the Jesus Christ, and how that's really this star, this sun, and how this is why y'all go to church on Sunday, because it's sun worship. And the Holy Bible, the word holy is a derivative from the word Helios, because they used to call the sun Helios in ancient times. Um, so the Bible, the Holy Bible, is really the Sun Bible. If you know that in ancient texts, is really what they was calling it when it was first coming out. But it's just a bunch of books that are from the Book of the Dead and other ancient books that are put together. But that's another video. My whole point that I'm saying is, you have to understand, when they say Jesus Christ, these are exalted deities. This is deification, aka beings that actually possibly walked the earth. But and the name wasn't possibly Jesus back at that time. But this is being that walked the earth, and when they died, they exalted this person. You see what I'm saying? He was ruling some type of space location in this world, and he was very powerful. And when he died, and he did ascend to the higher realms or the outer realms, they deified him, and this is why they have everybody worshiping Jesus. Now, I'm not trying to say right and wrong, but there's what's right for you, and there's what's wrong for you. There's what's wrong for somebody else, and what's right for them. What's right for you may be wrong for somebody else, vice versa. But you have to understand, this is why they took over everybody's traditions and cultures and stapled the cross on it. This is why when you go to Hawaii and you go to the Polynesian Islands or you go to India, these people wasn't having crosses around worshiping some white dude with a beard. I'm just keeping it real. Some Jewish dude with a beard. What were they doing? They was into their own indigenous practices. Native Americans into their own indigenous practices. For them to go around and take over everybody's stuff and either make them or manipulate them to think that it's better to worship this other deity, this is the exaltification and deification of one of their ancestors. So the Jesus Christ or the God of the Bible is these beings. This is the powers that be, the elites in this world. That's their ancestor. You see what I'm saying? This is why it puts them in good situations and gives them good to take over and maintain and rule in space. But everybody else struggles, and we always at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful what you're doing, because this being that y'all worship when it comes to Christianity is not y'all ancestor 9 times out of 10. Y'all don't share the same spiritual lineage or physical lineage as its being, and that's gonna get into what I'm about to talk about too. But in that off, that's how that plays out. So you need to understand, right? So then when things manifest in your life, because that day gonna come. I don't give a hell if you're a Christian or not and you think it's the right thing. In this lifetime, next lifetime, probably not this lifetime because y'all you won't be that deep in it. But that day gonna come where you say, man, and your spirit gonna really call you your true spirit. I told you it's not about no God. It's about your ancestors, your spiritual family, your higher self. This to you is God. But no true deity or spirit that's for you is gonna want to put you in a situation of worship, because the spirit that's where it's at, that ascended, is gonna say that you just like it and that you can be just like it, and it wants you to be where it's at. It's not trying to be under some type of dogma or theism to put you in some type of legion, aka religion. That's what religion is. Religion. A legion of beings that's doing something over and over again. That's a form of really demonitism. But it's not about right and wrong. It's just y'all worshiping other people's ancestors. And that's why it's not going for you. This is there and cry on your knees. Your ancestors won't put you, especially people that be sitting there praying and y'all don't even get half the stuff. Y'all barely get crumbs. It's not even about prospering all the time and being wealthy. It's not even about being rich. But I'm saying a lot of y'all, it be the bare minimum at that y'all don't even get. Y'all get a pieces of crumbs, and then it be shit that y'all manifested in your own life because y'all was in a good state of being earlier or previously. And then when that come into fruition, from whatever the hell you did that manifested that, you think that it's just being up here, and then you were giving it more energy and power, not knowing it's not even working in your favor. So it's levels of lostness, you know. But when you talk about ancestors, since this is what this video is about, you got physical. This comes down to lineage. Now you got physical lineage, you got spiritual lineage. A lot of y'all ancestors that y'all call on don't be actually y'all real spiritual ancestors, aka which would be considered your spiritual guides. So you could be praying thinking because they perform so much longer, that is actually broke. I don't know much, but that's another video too. Let's just keep it where we at. A lot of these people, ancestors, you think, they lived before me, or I got Ghana in my blood, I got Nigeria in my blood, and you think because these ancient people lived back then and that they somehow you got a link to them, and you that, and then you think they could because they're your physical lineage that they for you. No, they know the hell they not. Your spiritual has nothing to do with the physical. This is why you can have somebody that's not in your physical family, but they treat you much more like actual family than any of your physical family ever did, and your physical family could be your worst enemy. This is how you let you know the physical and the spiritual are not coerced. These are two separate things. You either get with the program or you don't get it. But it's some real shit. So this is what it is. Y'all just a lot of people. If you lost, you just gonna remain lost forever, running away from truth and knowledge. But you know this in your real life. You see what I'm saying? Understand that. That's how that plays out. So give me a split. All right, sorry about the wait, y'all. Let me speak closer to the camera. They had to put the washer on or the dryer on, whatever. So I'm gonna speak closer to the mic so y'all can hear me. I am back. Sorry about that. I took way too longer than I wanted, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But I want to explicitly in detail go over what we're talking about, right? So this is why you can have physical family that treat you like ish, and you can have a random person off the street that you don't even know. You can have a random person off the street that you don't even know that treat you better than than your actual physical family do. This is because y'all might be y'all spiritually closer in lineage. Y'all more closely spiritually related. Y'all get too lost into the physical and talk about some blood is thick in the water. Blood ain't shit. Blood is just what y'all manifested from when before you came into a body. You being in this space, this is the group of individuals that you were spending time with the most. The family. A lot of us get lost and separate from our spiritual family and get lost into other people's shit and have no business and get into all kind of experience that we have no business doing. You see what I'm saying? That's no right and wrong because this is what we choose to do. We don't know what we know. Sometimes we don't know what we do. But that's all that is. You see what I'm saying? But it's a lot of shit that we don't need to be doing. It's a lot of shit we ain't supposed to be doing. Period. And we justify that shit because of how we feel. No, hold the hell on. It's a lot of shit we do that we don't got no business doing. And we too soft, or we weak, or we been indoctrinated by others, getting influenced by others to think that this is the right thing to do. Let's just say that, number one. That's very important. A lot of us get lost into this world, and it's so bad here. Everything is in reverse. It's so bad that more than half the ish we do is that we not really supposed to be doing as individuals. Like I said, what's right for me may not be right, may not be right for you. It's a lot of people that try to put other people into the path of what they think they should be doing, and by default, they manifest circumstances in their life that they don't need to experience. So you got to be careful when it comes to this world, because a lot of y'all lost. Matter of fact, I'd say the only people that be, no, I ain't gonna get into all that because that's losses too. I ain't gonna try to get too far into right and wrong, like I said. But if you need to be in some type of path where if you're not in a situation you need to be, you kind of got to be hard in this world. It's kind of like spiritual warfare in this world. Whether you're spiritual or not, you're still in it and you don't even know it. Because we always being influenced. We always being influenced. We always being indoctrinated, told what we should do. So we always still following the flow. So no matter who you are, whether you're spiritual or not, you be always in the sense of spiritual warfare. It's just if you know what you're doing, you could be on your way. But anyway, that's how that plays out. Because like I said, a lot of situations we be in, we don't even need to be in, and it's a lot of shit that we should be doing to detach from the people that we think that we don't need to detach from, that we don't do. Like for instance, it's certain family members a lot of us deal with that we need to actually detach from, and we don't do it. Sometimes it gets so bad that a person be in a certain situation that they may not physically be able to leave that circumstance right now, and y'all don't know it because y'all be lost into morality. But it's certain times and situations where you supposed to fight fire with fire, either physically or spiritually. It be that deep. Because God did it all first. God is the most expanded. Watch my previous video. God is just the most expanded spirit, the most expanded space, beyond the galaxies, beyond all the whatever you call that. It's like nothingness to us because it's vibrating so high. It's on a frequency so that it would be faint to us. It would be like nothingness. But it is something, but it's nothing compared to where we are. You see what I'm saying? And so it's the most expanded. So it did all the shit you did and more in different ways, you know what I'm saying? And it's not to get lost into this, who, where, what, but you need to understand that that's the most expanded spirit. So it experienced more than you did, it know more than you did. This is all the things that make you, that expand your spirit. This is why it is, when it's not a sin, it's an up and down, it's expansion and contraction. The more information and knowledge and consciousness you get, and the more experience you get, your spirit expand. You can take a bigger vessel, aka what you would call a higher vessel. You see what I'm saying? And the bigger it is, the higher the vessel. That's how that play out. So this is just simple edification of spirituality, understand how these things work. But that's the difference between your physical and spiritual lineage. Your spiritual lineage and your true spiritual predecessors and true spiritual ancestors, not the physical ones. Just because they're physical don't mean it. Now you can have a physical one that end up being your spiritual. This just means you got born into the right family circumstance. You got born into a family that you share blood with physically, that y'all spiritually are kind of connected to. So they mean you was on the right track. You was born into a space in a state of being that was truly you. A lot of us, like I said, get lost in the situations that ain't us, that we have no business going through. But That's how you know you know spiritual lineage and with your spiritual family, because your true spiritual ancestors, spiritual guides and stuff, and spiritual family will not put you in a situation of hope in a negative way, in negative experiences and trial and tribulation. That tear you down, tear you up concept was created by a group of Masons that made y'all think that in order for you to be great in the rise, you need to go to some type of trial. See, y'all gotta be careful. Everything in this world is fake shit. All of it. It's all lies. I mean, for you to even think like, man, I gotta go through some negative shit. I gotta go through some negative experiences. I gotta go through that, break you down, tear you down to bring you back up. That's some Masonic shit that they created for us or for people in the world, the elites, to create for people in the world to think that, okay, you need to go through some type of hardship. We want you to go through hardship and discipline, those hard Saturnian energies for you to be great. We want y'all to. That's why they even created. Remember they had the whole box challenge where they was climbing up the crates and like. This is real symbolism that is a real thing that they actually pray and play and practice out in real life. This is why they even put celebrities and people in power in certain situations that tear them down and break them back up. And some that get more of their favor don't have to go through as much, but they only make us go through that type of shit. They only want